Guys, Dr. JH3. Today, or actually it's tonight, actually it's 11:49 at night, but I wanted to get going live today. Kind of ran behind time, but I wanted to come on here a little late. Probably not a lot of people will come on. Hopefully some people will come on here. But anyway, this is the second day after the challenge, and I'm feeling good. Got my 30 minutes in. Hopefully you guys got your 30 minutes in too. Even though the challenge ends, of course, like I said before, that's just the new beginning now of habits that we created, of awareness we created during that 25-day challenge that we did there. Of course, the new challenge will be coming up January 5th. I want you guys to join us for that, of course. You can sign up below in the description. Yeah, sign up for it and all that's gonna be a great time in there. We'll be going to, most likely, we'll be going to, you'll see in the description where we'll be going to, and we'll go from there, guys. But I have a quick topic for you guys here tonight. A good one, a good one, but a quick topic we have tonight we'll talk about. I'm a little tired, but I wanted to come on here. I wanted to go live and wanted to see if you guys have any questions about anything as well, about what our future holds, and just on this channel, of course, here, and also too, if you had any questions about the challenge we just finished doing. And I thank you guys for participating in the challenge again. Like I said before, I salute you for doing the challenge. But tonight, I want to kind of piggyback on, piggyback on some of the topics we talked about during the challenge. And we talked about many topics about health and wellness. And of course, as you know, this channel here is definitely all about health improvement, self-improvement, health, self-improvement, and just being the best version of yourself here. And that's what we strive to do here and all that. So the topic tonight, I got my notes right here again, just like normal, like every time. This time the topic's age isn't a limitation. It is perspective. And it is that. And a lot of people, it's kind of weird now that I'm a little, seasoned or a little more, older. Now, some people, I guess, call me unk status. Now, some people call me. I remember one time someone called me an OG, maybe about 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, gee, I looked bad like that, and I was like, okay, I'm an OG. I was like, okay. I was telling some stories I was sharing with them and all that. He said, man, you sound like you're an OG. I was like, okay. I didn't think that, but okay, whatever you say, man. But age is definitely is a limitation. It's about perspective and perspective on life. And what I realized is it's funny that the clinic I work at and stuff like that. It's kind of funny over there sometimes that some people, they think that, okay, oh man, you're on YouTube. Oh man, you're on oh man, you're on Facebook. Oh man, not YouTube, but yeah, Facebook, or you're on TikTok. No way, I can't believe that. Why are you doing that? Or why are you on there? And like, they can't believe that I'm actually on these platforms, or even Patreon and all that. Discord. You're on Discord? What do you know about Discord and everything? And it's some of the younger folks out there, like 21, 22, around 26. They just can't believe that. I'm thinking like, yeah. I mean, what do you think you're when you turn a certain age that you're don't exist and all that? And I know some people that are my age are probably, they have other things going on in their life. They're pretty strict and pretty, then I guess not into certain things and all that. Myself, I'm always about knowledge and always about learning and everything. And that's what you're seeing on this channel here. We're always about learning. I don't want to educate as much as possible. At the same time, trying to entertain you guys too at the same time, and make it, emotionally, that you can catch on to stuff and remember stuff. Not just hear it once, but you really can catch on to it. Like there's the saying, once adult, twice a child. I say it almost every video. I say that. And I hope you guys caught on to that now and really put that in perspective here. And speaking about perspective, age is just a perspective. It is. And it baffles me how people look at certain situations and look at me. And I always say, as I get older here, I say it's more like I'm like almost a Tom Brady of the mind, or Tom Brady of life, because I've seen so many things. You think about it. Tom Brady was in the league for, I forgot how many years he was in the league for. He has 6 rings, 7 rings he has, like that. The guy's I guess you would say, a GOAT of the NFL, football, that is. And the guy's amazing. The guy's amazing. He's seen so many defenses he's seen over time. He probably seen so many formations of different defense, and you can pick them up like this. Okay, this guy's about to blitz. This person is. He probably know. He played with so many people he played with. He probably knows the person. They put their foot on this side. They put their foot on that side, and everything kind of slows down in slow motion. And that's what's happened for myself. And all things slow down in slow motion. It's amazing if someone act a little too witty with it, and or, kind of be smart with it, or kind of do like a sly sneak disc with me or something like that. It's amazing. I can pick up on it. It's amazing. But also I love studying human psychology and all that too. So um, I get a kick out of stuff like that and everything. But it comes in slow motion. I wish other people could see it in slow motion. I wish like stuff I have. I wish you could see it actually. It's like once adult, twice a child. And it's like that stuff is real. Once adult, twice a child, and it's all about perspective, of course. You know, because this is how I looked at it too. I looked at it from perspective of, and I know I'm kind of going everywhere with this, and I have a script here that I'm supposed to follow that I'm actually off track right now. But one of the things about perspective that I realized, even the dating world perspective, I've seen so much with dating and dating this person 5 years, this person 3 years, and this person dated another 2 years, and I've seen so much, and not just that, but just actually truly like going on different dates. That's like boyfriend girlfriend stuff. That was, but actually going on different dates and all that. I've seen so much stuff, and some people flip on you for no reason. They thought you wanted to exchange gifts, but you didn't think that, or different dating apps, and oh my goodness, man, it's. But you see so many things. Remember, two things I want you guys to remember: things on patterns. It's all patterns out here. It's and it may sound a little foo-foo or maybe a little wild to say this, but it's all patterns. It is. I mean, you think about it. Think about stuff you do every day. It's a pattern. Like right now, I worked out for 30 minutes again. I worked out, Even though the challenge is over with, I'm still working out, still keeping it going, still keep the momentum. I'm gonna work out tomorrow too, absolutely. And tomorrow I think I'll probably do a little more yoga and do some weight training in there. I'll probably do both. I'll do tomorrow. I'll probably do hour long training. I'll probably do tomorrow. But I think the main thing about as you get older here, and age is just a number, and it's not a limitation. It's all about perspective and all that. I think that's it. The shift that comes, and like right now, I'm shifting myself for health wise. When I was younger, of course, it was more bodybuilding, more want to get the abs, wanted to be a certain want to be big as ever and all this and everything, and then it was more a shift of being conditioned because I wanted to play. I had an opportunity to play college soccer, and then from there, I wanted to go play. I was going to walk on so I can get a tryout with NFL football. I was trying to a semi-pro in the NFL. That's the game plan and all that. And I actually got an agent and all that, and working on pull my hamstring. That it didn't just kind of let that go there. I pulled my hamstring pretty bad, and then from there I went on and I did bodybuilding. After that, I did. And got into bodybuilding, kickboxing. I got into, started doing that, and then I pulled my hip flexor muscles there. I pulled those pretty bad, and it was pretty bad. I was almost about to get surgery on that, but it didn't have to go that length. But it was for hurt. I was out of commission for a while of really training really hard, but and now of course, I just worked out, trained, and just kind of just kept mobile more than anything else. And then now, of course, being 50 years old now it's more on like longevity. You know, I'm training for what the future holds. That's what I'm training for now. The main thing I'm trying to train for, decreased chance of things happening, is decreased diabetes, decreased hypertension, decreased cholesterol. I don't have none of these things. Like I don't have any of those right there, but decreased diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, HDL levels up, keeping my balance, keeping my muscle mass on my body here, getting more vegetables, and decreased chance of colorectal cancer. Keeping my environment clean, keeping my mind stress-free as much as possible. And that, of course, that means even people coming into my life. That's another thing I had to talk about perspective and all that. When I got about 46, 47, I started, some people that were in my life, I just next keep moving. They wasn't helping me out to grow in a certain way and all that, or causing more discord and more drama, stuff like that. The tolerance level for that, and that's more, I guess, more of the Tom Brady mindset. You've seen so many patterns ago. It's not judgment by no means. I'm not judging by no means, but you've seen patterns and stuff like that. You give people three chances. First time, okay, maybe you just had a funny day. There wasn't just had a long day at work, possibly they had. So, okay, give them a little break. Second day, second time, okay, this looks like possibly a pattern here. Third time, okay, yeah, okay. Well, all right, so it's a pleasure. And then I kind of feed them from a long-handed spoon. I feed them from, and a long-handed spoon. I've heard that saying before. Is you, they're around in your orbit, but you just not that close to you like they used to be that close. Could keep the stress levels down. That's another thing I'm working on as much as possible, keeping that down. One time I was doing meditating once a day, and that was perfect. I mean, that was really good there, and I need to get back to that right there. But those are some things I'm working on now. And when I was 20, I wasn't talking about meditating and all that. When I was 20, 25, I wasn't talking about meditating. 30, I wasn't talking about meditating. I've heard about it a few times here and there. I even got a book from the library about it, but I got the book and never read the book, turned it back in, and that was that. But now I started reading it and started taking it in. Okay, this will really help here to bring my heart rate down, and also to give me the chance to, like a Tom Brady mindset. And of course, it's all about perspective. Things slow down, of course. If things are more in slow motion, then guess what? I can respond to stuff and not react to stuff. Because when you react to stuff, that's when you really messed up, when you react to stuff. That's when things go haywire for a lot of people. A lot of people end up in jail and stuff like that, or, mishaps on money or something like that, because they react to stuff. You don't want to react to stuff. That's actually going with your, a lot of times, I'm not saying don't show your emotions, but a lot of times you react like that, especially in certain situations, you're showing your emotions there. And it's okay to show emotions by no means. But it's, but life will show you certain things. From dating to, and it's all this, what I'm saying here, goes all back to your health. It all goes back to your health. Because if you don't have your health, then all the other stuff don't matter. But it's all about perspective, of course. It's all about perspective. Like back in the day, I used to drink milk. Now, I don't drink milk. And this stuff I'm saying here is stuff that I do. Personally, I do. This is stuff I do, of course, here. But milk, I don't drink milk at all. I don't. I'm not telling you guys not to drink milk out there. This is what I do. Milk, when I drink milk, of course, like that, it has more of a sticky substance that has to it. And with my allergies and all that, it just, That's another thing I've had to adjust to and shift as I got older here. I have allergies now, but I never had allergies until I came to the DMV area here. That's the first time I had allergies, when I came to this area here. I never had allergies anywhere. I lived in Kuwait, never had allergies over there. The dust storms, sandstorms we had over there. I lived in the Cayman Islands, never had allergies there. Portland, Maine, never had allergies there. I had the worst pollen count in Georgia ever. I lived down there. I had no problems there. Miami had no problem. Overseas in Germany had no problem. When I went to Louisiana, I had no problem. North Carolina, no problems. Portland, Maine, no problems. I come here to the DMV area. Yes, I have allergy issues and all that. I am getting a little older, but when I go down to say Georgia area now, I have no problems at all. So, but anyways, it made me shift a lot of things. Made me find out, okay, what's going on? How can I heal this myself here? And because I don't want to take any meds, I really don't want to take, But what I do, I start drinking more water here. I increase my water, getting at least 3/4 to a gallon in a day. That helped out big time to dry my mucous membranes up. What else? Working out, that helps out too, dry the mucous membranes up. So I did my own research on this, of course, here, and then being disciplined and regimented about it, and got it done. And of course, the whole thing about everything I'm doing here is the longevity of health. Not putting stress on my body, of course, not putting stress on my organs, that is. By working out here, keeping everything in check as much as possible. It's a challenge now. Don't get me wrong. This stuff I'm saying is not, I'm not saying it's just easy to do. Oh no. Would I like to go off and don't work out? Absolutely. Would I like to go off and eat pizza every day? Absolutely. But pizza messed my stomach up, and I gave up pizza. I gave it up, messed my stomach up so bad. I was like, nah. And of course, right there, lactose intolerant. Yeah, I am. So guess what I'm gonna do? But some people are not up to that level yet. But like when you get fed up with something, then you're going to change stuff and all that. And I can see possibly kind of going back to Tom Brady here and being, the quarterback and seeing the world in slow motion, seeing the field in slow motion, that is. I can see him getting fed up with stuff. He's like, okay, I'm ready to win here. And then he stepped up to the plate, and then he became the leader for himself first. And then he became a leader for everybody else. That's the same thing you have to do for yourself. You have to be a leader of yourself first, and you can then you can help others out, or people just see you. When people just see you, how you move, and see that you're winning here and there, people, guess what people gonna do? People ask you, what are you doing? How are you doing that? Like, so like myself, people start asking me, what are you eating? And, how are you doing all this? And wow, you look great. And man, no way. How old are you now? You're 36, 30, 32? No, I'm 50. 50? How you 50? I was like, well, I do a few things I do, and, I leave some things alone. I don't smoke, I haven't drank, I think I had one glass of wine maybe last year, I want to say, or maybe one glass this year here. Not even a glass, just a little bit, what have you. I don't drink every day. I don't. That's stuff I don't. Not even every year. I mean, certain things I just don't do personally. Keep my blueberries, keep my broccoli in. But it's all about perspective, all about shifting. Because I'm getting older here, so I know I'm getting older. So it's like, okay, I know I'm getting older. So what? Because we know the end product. The end product is that we're gonna go every one of us is gonna go 6 feet under. We just don't know when that's gonna happen. So when that does happen, I want them to say, hey, that guy was a fighter for his health. He tried to help everybody else out to get on the same page and try to be as healthy as possible. And some people did and some people didn't. But it's up to you. That's the thing about it. That's the beautiful thing about it. About free will. There's a great book out there talking about free will. It's a great book that talks about free will. It talks about once adult, twice a child. It talks about if you you're not, basically they said if you're not married, don't do what married people do. If you're not married, they keep it basic and simple. But the thing I found out is that we like to complicate things. That's what I found out. And it's a challenge too. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is a challenge. Believe me, it took me a while to get here where I'm at now. You know, it took me a while to get here because it took me a while to get here. Because another thing too, I realized too, you have ego in the way of yourself. You think that you think you're going the right direction. It's almost like you go back into your 18-year-old self. Like I thought I knew stuff about life, and I can see my parents just hitting them, nudging themselves like, ha, this guy don't think he knows everything, and he doesn't. He's 18, he doesn't know. He just doesn't know what he doesn't know, you know. And we'll be praying for him, to make sure he's good and everything, and have other people praying for me and everything back then. And I only can imagine, what they thought, you know. And I look back at myself and I look at younger pictures and thought about like just the stuff you go through and all the stuff you see in life and stuff you hear about, stuff you read about. You become a true architect of life. You try to you study life. I study life from a health perspective. I study life on knowing people. How to interact with people. Communication wise, body language of people, seeing the body language, picking up on it. It's like, okay. These are all things that come along with getting older and just picking up on certain things. Getting a little more sharper with stuff. And stuff I wasn't sharp with before because I had all this, this excess energy I had going on inside of me and everything, and trying to react and all this, and trying to save people and all that. Because what I realize now as I get older here now, that everybody don't want to be saved. You want to help save them, but they have to want to save themselves. It's almost like someone doing homework or something. Like they have to do it. You only can help them at home. And then when they get to school, they actually have to put the right answers down, have to remember stuff, But it's all about what I'm getting here. What I'm trying to say here to you guys here. I'm looking at my notes at the side here. It's all about that just a little shift in life. But the shift in life, it comes. It's getting 50 here. It's been a challenge getting here, and I'm thankful to be here. I know some of my friends have passed away at a young age. And some are younger than me, passed away at a young age, just like that. And I'm thankful to be here. I am, and that's why I want to share. I want to share this wealth of knowledge that I have. The fountain of youth in a sense, and not just youth of facials like that, internally too. Because it's all looped together. It's all looped together. It's all looped together. Just so like the stuff you do in your, they always say like stuff you do in your childhood, a lot of times it shows its head all through your adulthood until you actually face it head on head and just take accountability of that. When you take accountability of that, then you realize, yep, you realize stuff. But it's a challenge. I mean, what I'm saying here is not easy. What I'm saying here, you know, you have to you have to shift your focus and all that. And let me actually, I had a few points that I was to make tonight. I'm just talking about the stuff here and everything. But age is not a decline. It's not. It's just a shift. Like I've been talking about right now. It's a shift. It's not a decline. And some people think it's a decline, and I can see you think that too. Because I remember when I was 20 or 21, 50. I thought 50 was kind of up there and everything. You know, thinking like, oh, man, that's kind of old there and all that. Now I'm 50. Now it's like, okay, I'm just getting warmed up here. I'm just now understanding certain dynamics and getting some dynamics away from me altogether. You know, not even being around certain things. Oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. There's certain things you don't want. Excuse me. You don't want to be in your vicinity at all. But of course, you definitely want to. You want to switch your focus instead of being youthful performance. You want to do more functional longevity stuff you want to do, and that's one of the tips I can give to you guys. You want to focus on youth before you focus on youthful performance. Youthful meaning, sports related, bodybuilding stuff, just stuff like that. Now, as you get older here, of course, you want to work more functional stuff you want to work on. And if I know what I know now, is I was working on functional stuff even back then when I was younger. So now I'll be ahead of the curve and stuff like that. But just if you're still here and you're still listening to my voice here, then you're still ahead of the curve, I would say. And they said mindset over age is the second point I want to bring up tonight. I've been talking a little bit about that already, just kind of going here. And mindset over age it's key. It's crucial that you stay abreast of stuff that's going on. Technology and just technology that actually can help you. Like I got my Apple Watch here. I bought that. The reason I bought that my 49. Bought it like halfway between 50. I bought that like 49 and a half. I bought this watch here, and the reason I bought it to track stuff. That's what I wanted to do. I want to track my heart rate. I want to track my blood pressure. I want to track as much stuff as possible. My steps. I want to know every day what my steps were. I want to know. I want to know how much sleep I'm getting. Just things I wanted to know. The reason I wanted to know that, and it just is. I mean, I could have known this. I could have been tracking this ever since back in the day, but I chose not. I mean, I chose not to. It wasn't that important. But now, as I get older, guess what? It's important now. It's extremely important to know this stuff here. So I say track stuff and everything. Yep. And mindset over age, and the key thing here, mindset over age, is reframing getting older as getting wiser and stronger. And that's what I would say. Definitely getting wiser and stronger. I can sense that. Just the fact of the Tom Brady analogy, like everything kind of slows down because you see certain patterns. You're seeing a cover two, like Tom Brady seeing a cover two in a football analogy I'm using here, versus I've seen people love bomb or people be super buddies, almost like a high they're on, and then I find out other stuff I found out about. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I thought this right here and everything, or someone comes in telling me yes sir, yes ma'am. I'm thinking okay, this person telling me yes ma'am, yes sir. So something they may, I'm thinking, and clean cut and all that. I'm thinking possibly military person, something like that. There's certain things. There's just certain disposition of people, but it's a pattern. It's the same thing. They say art imitates life. They say art imitates life. So a lot of times you'll see stuff that people imitate on TV or imitate, and not just TV, but nowadays we have Hulu, we have Apple TV, we have all these things we have out there that people, and all different lifestyles and all different stuff we have out there nowadays. We have a Disney Channel and all this we have. So people and Netflix, they're making TV shows. They're making there, of course, Prime and all that. Amazon Prime is another one. And guess what? People are emulating those now. Because back when I grew up, of course, there was only one. There was TV, of course, here, and you had different channels on the TV. Yeah. Now, of course, and it was set shows that everybody saw these same shows. 8 o'clock this time, or it came on, Eastern time, 8 o'clock. Then, so forth. Other times it came on, and that was it. TV went off when I was a kid. TV went off, and it's like that. And I'm really late myself there. But the TV is called TV. It says television. It says tells lies to your vision. Tells lies to your vision. That's the kind of play on words people use about that. Something to think about. Something to think about. Total. The next thing I want you to talk about or think about here is the third point: is your choices matter more than your birthday. Your choices matter more than your birthday. And choices, of course, what I'm just reiterating here, the food choices you do. Like I left pizza out now. Even though pizza, everybody, if you talk to anybody, I'm a self-proclaimed pizza connoisseur. I am. Yes, I am. I'll say it. I'll say it out loud. That's me. That's me. That's me. um, but now I tapped out of that title. You know, I guess I'm always a pizza connoisseur if you're always one. But I don't. I got sick that one time, being lactose intolerant, and that was it for me. I had enough. You know, I had enough and all that. I shift my mindset here. Let me look at my notes here. And one of the tips here, of course, for that right there, are your choices matter more than your birthday. And that's choices of what to eat, what to do, saying no to people. That's another one perspective that took me a minute to get there and all that. Because you want people to like you, of course. You want people you want to, that kind of pack mentality and all that you want to have and all that. But then you realize in life that sometimes you need to say no to people because they're trying to, take advantage of you. They could be taking advantage of you, not physically like that or anything, but take advantage of you, of your time. Sometimes take advantage of your resources that you have. And of course, that's all up to yourself out there to decide on when you say no or not, and not feeling bad about it either and everything. Yep. So one of the tips for that right here is thinking in terms of decades, not days. Build a lifestyle that supports long-term vitality. Let me say that again. Thinking in terms of decades, not days. Building a lifestyle that supports long-term vitality. That's what you want. That's what you want. And that's with the eating certain clean foods, of course, whole foods, of course, here. Mediterranean diet would be one here. They have a diet called the blue diet, I think it's called out there. And basically, it's just like the Mediterranean diet. But you add, I think, a little bit more meditation in there. And also, too, you add in the group dynamics, being around your family members, being around friends, stuff like that. Being around good people, basically. Could help you live a longer lifestyle, too, with that. What else? What else I have here, guys? I think that's it. I think that's it there, guys, that I wanted to talk about tonight. I wanted to come on here and actually talk longer than I wanted to. I was talking 27 minutes here about aging. Aging isn't a limit. It is perspective. It is all about a perspective. It's all a perspective, guys, of how you see the world. The first point I brought up here, of course, I brought up tons of points up, but to the point, the meat and potatoes here that we got tonight was aging is not a decline. It's a shift. And of course, that shift is vital. And the second thing here, of course, is mindset over age. Mindset over age is crucial, crucial. Your choices matter more than your birthday. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So you want to think decades out. You want to think about of your health and your longevity of life. With that said, guys, this is Dr. JH3. I'm about to sign off here for tonight. Thank you for joining me again, guys. You're watching us on replay. Put down the replay down there, of course. It's the second day, finishing up after, second day after the Dr. JH3 25-day health and fitness challenge that we finished doing here. We'll be starting back up going in January again. I want you guys to join us for that. I would love for you guys to come out for that. Excuse me. I want you guys, I'd love you guys to come out for that, for the challenge we'll have in January, January 5th, that is. That'll go to January 30th, that'll go for. The link up for that is in the description. I'd love to see you guys there. And we'll go from there, guys. Again, it's Dr. JH3. Excuse me, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Dr. JH3. We're keeping strong here. Did my 30 minutes today. And I'm going live as well here. So stay strong. Support the channel. Like, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk very soon. Take care.